start out with, I'm going to have my canvas with permanent black already dried. And on top of that, my image already transferred out with white wax transfer paper. And for the traceable image, just go to the description box over on Patreon and also a short video you'll find on transferring images to your canvas. So on my palette, I have permanent black, raw umber, phthalo blue, violet, yellow medium, and titanium white. So to get started, I'm going to have my small number 6 angle brush to get crisp lines and precision when filling in the glass. So I'm going to take a little bit of titanium white, and I want to darken that just a teeny bit with some permanent black, not much. I'm looking for a very, very light gray tone. Okay, just kind of something like this, and I'm just going to wiggle it, pull it through on both sides. This gives me a nice sharp edge. And right here, I'm just going to start filling in some stuff with this. And the cool thing about this painting is that anything that gets out of whack, I can just take permanent black and cover over any of these light values very easily. So this is going to be a lot of freestyle within the glass, and it's all good. Even lines that get out of hand or are too thick, I can just knock back anything. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my canvas now just to get a little bit more ergonomic friendly here. You can do whatever you want and don't ever feel like you can't turn your canvas. You can totally do that. Okay, so just going to go through and fill in these areas. Just basically give the general layout for now with this light value. Okay, now without cleaning, I'm just going to take some permanent black now. Most of that light value is off my brush. And I want to use this to clean up the rim just a little bit. As you'll see here, I can thin the line. For me, it got a little bit thicker than I wanted it to, and I can also critique the shape of it. So as you can see, a very easy painting, lots of grace in this one. You can totally get away with so much. Fix anything, cover it over, it's like it never happened. There's no such thing as a mistake whatsoever. And this is what makes this probably one of the easier paintings you'll do. Okay, with my palette knife, I'm going to take some raw umber now. And let's go with some yellow medium. Okay, something kind of like this. And to that, I want to get kind of something like this, a very dark army green. Okay, let's get some white to lighten that now. I'm looking for a very light beige color out of this. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to smash it down. Okay, a little bit more white, and I'm just going to go back and forth like hockey. And in this way, it mixes the empty pockets of color here. Okay, something like that. Okay, again, picking it up, smashing it down, and it's all mixed really well this way. Okay, so back to my angle brush. I'm going to go ahead and load up this light value here. And I'm going to start making some shapes. And again, this is going to be freestyle in the glass. I'm not going to worry about how neat it is. I'm just going to relax. And I find in this painting that because it is so forgiving and I can cover anything with that black anytime, that it makes me more relaxed, and therefore I make less mistakes. So this is a very good piece for learning how to relax and just really go for it. And you'll find that your precision is a lot better this way. And, you know, instead of being all rigid and shaky when you're really trying hard to do something. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of raw umber to this value now. Okay, just getting a little bit of brown, just changing the value a bit, and just striking some stuff like this. Okay, getting those beige tones going. Now I'm going to go into this light beige color again. I'm going to take some raw umber to that. And I want to dull that and kind of gray it down with some black. Okay, just a little bit. And to that, I want to warm that now just a bit with this yellow medium. Okay, kind of something like this. And not a lot of paint on the brush. I'm going to tap a lot of it off, as you can see. And I just want to go on the right side of the glass here. This is going to be a value that is a little different from the left side here. And again, making these shapes is very easy with these angle brushes. I recommend a nice angle brush when putting these type of shapes in, and pretty much just doing anything with still life. They're very precise. And as you can see, it really just gives crisp edges and a very nice shape like that. Very easy to do with those brushes. Okay, so now I'm going to go with a clean brush now into some titanium white. Okay, I wanted to get black out of there and get back to more of the vibrant colors. Okay, it has a little bit of that light beige color in there. Okay, and right here, very precise. I can leave a very precise gap, as you can see there, between this very light value and that one on the far right there. And I'll just go ahead and fill this in. Okay, just kind of something like this. Love this brush for this. Very nice to do things with. Okay, now I'm going to go a little bit more white. And let's put another shape here like this. And as you'll see right here, I'll put some more white, but not cover up the whole shape. See, just kind of like that. And this brings realism and gives a lot of shine to these reflections. Okay, it makes it more look like glass. Okay, now I'm going to go back into some more of that white. A little bit of that beige color on there, but mostly white. And let's put another shape in like so. Alrighty, let's go back into that permanent black now, again with my angle brush, and I want to clean this shape up. So see, anything goes. Anything, anytime. I can make these angles different, I can make the shape smaller. All good. Anything goes. Okay, so with a clean brush now, I'm going to go back into that light beige color again. And let's proceed forward, and I'm going to scratch some more things in. So with this shape here, I just want to drag the rest of the paint left on the brush out into this darker value here. Okay, kind of something like this. Just very light pressure, and this angle brush really keeps this intact where I can still keep the shape very crisp even though I am blending it out. Okay, kind of something like that, and I'm going to continue with the rim of the glass now, the outside like so. Okay, just filling in more stuff. I'm going to get more heavier right here. And I'm going to have it kind of leave up like that. Okay, so just scratching it in, like I said, really go for it. Anything goes. Cover something if it's not right, and you get unlimited tries. Okay, no cleaning. Let's go now into some more raw umber and some yellow medium now. Okay, just mixing this up, looking for a golden tone, kind of something like this. Okay, and just very lightly, I want to glaze some of this color in. This is going to really build up the shine and give it some glow and really give that glass effect this way. Okay, most of that color off my brush, and I'm just going to load up some more white now. It's got a little teeny bit of that leftover color in there. Okay, mostly white, and I want to get the base right here of this glass, the one standing up, and we're going to be able to see part of it through the one that's leaning over. And this is going to be a neat effect as I play these colors in and give it that effect. Okay, so something like that. Okay, no cleaning. Let's go back into that golden tone color. I want to add a little bit more raw umber into that. So something of this color, and I want to play this around in here. Okay, now I have my number 3 nylon round brush. I'm going to use this to do some more detailed stuff. So I'm going to go into just straight permanent black, pulling it through as I turn it, bringing it to a nice sharp tip. And with the very tip, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to break up some of this highlight here. And I'm going to show in this way some distortion reflections from some of the light hitting off some of the reflections. And it's just going to add more interest to the eye and give it more of a realistic look with glass in this kind of a way. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to get some yellow medium and go back into just some of that raw umber mixture, but mostly yellow now. It's more of a golden yellow or kind of a dulled down yellow. Okay, and very light pressure with the brush and just a little bit of paint. I'm just going to glaze in this color here and there. And when adding this color, this is really going to ramp up the shine and the glory and glow of these glasses, and it's really going to make that shine pop that much more with this. Alrighty, no cleaning. I'm going to get a little bit more cad yellow now. I mean, not cad yellow, yellow medium. Let's get some white into that to make it more opaque and show up a little bit better. And I want to get this striking golden highlight here and there. Okay, very here and there, but not everywhere. And let's play this one in. And now again, without cleaning, let's get some more titanium white. Okay, pulling through as I turn it to a nice sharp point, and I want to hit the rim of the glass. Okay, very precise. It just really ramps everything up with this. Okay, some striking highlights, and as you can see, getting a little bit heavier in some places, like right here. Okay, and then also on the outside here, I want a very distinct, bright highlight right there. Alrighty, no cleaning. I'm going to take some yellow medium, and this time I want to get some phthalo blue into it. Okay, for a vibrant green. And now I want to dull that with a little raw umber to that. Okay, and now a good scoop of white. I'm looking for a light minty green, so the raw umber gives it the mint instead of the vibrant look. Okay, a little bit more yellow to warm it a bit further here. Okay, with this and with my number 3 nylon round brush, I just want to strike just the very right edge of this right here. This is like reflective color, kind of off in the shadow area a little bit. Okay, so something like this. Okay, now I have my script liner brush. I'm going to load it up with permanent black now with lots of water, pulling it through as I turn it. And with the very tip, I'm going to go ahead and correct this. Again, this is what's so neat about this painting. I can just take that permanent black and look at that. Just fix anything I want anytime. See, I'm just going to cover that over and it's like it never happened. Okay, and also right here, there's a separation between that highlight and that green minty color. Okay, back to my number 3 nylon round brush. I'm going to take this now and I'm going to go into some titanium white. It's got a little bit of that cream color in there, that light beige color. And so at the very tip, I'm just going to play in these little sparklers, these little glass reflection things. Okay, just kind of like this. And again, permanent black is the magic eraser in this piece. It'll just give me anything I want. So I'm just going to freestyle, like I said. I'm just going to hit this here and there. Okay, and again with just permanent black with my number 3 nylon round brush, I'm going to knock back some of these right here. See, they went down a little too far. I didn't want it coming down and touching that little broken up line there that you saw. Okay, so again, just correcting anything at any time. Okay, and again with a clean brush back to white, just going to strike another highlight thing like so. Okay, so without cleaning again, I'm going to go into raw umber. Let's go again, some yellow medium. Okay, so something like that, a warmed up brown this time. So depending on the value, I can use less or more yellow. That all determines the value. In this case, it's more warm brown versus golden yellow. Okay, and with this, very light pressure with the brush, very little paint on the brush. And I'm just going to fade that up. I can even use my finger, as you see here. And I'm just going to kind of fade this over. This really gives glow and shine and gives it more of a sparkle with this. Okay, so I'm going to have some fun playing with this shape. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of dark value in, as you saw there. And now without cleaning, let's get a little bit more white. Okay, a little bit value difference between the really light value and that dark one, so it's kind of in between. I'm going to make another kind of overlapping triangle reflection like this. Okay, this is going to bring some depth into the reflection and the glass and give it more shine. Okay, so now let's get a little bit more raw umber. And I want to play this in here just a little bit, kind of something like this with the very tip of the nylon round brush here. Okay, and I also want to go in here and I want to put some things in and kind of break up this highlight here. And again, you can do this however you want. Okay, so maybe something like this with the very tip. I'm just going to create these little kind of shapes here, these little lines. And maybe I'll put another one like here, a little blob. Okay, and again, anything I don't like, I can take more white and cover it up, knock it back, whatever. So on the very outside on the left of this shape here, I just wanted to drag some of that paint that was left over on my brush. Okay, a little bit darker value. Okay, now I'm going to go to my number 2 nylon flat brush, and this is good for blending in small areas. And so I'm going to get some white, and it's got a little bit of that beige color to it. Okay, and I want to go back in here and I want to ramp things up and really bring out some shine, and I don't want to take over all that dark value you'll see here. I'm just going to sort of glaze next to it. Okay, kind of like that. And now without cleaning, let's get some more raw umber. Okay, and I'm going to apply this back in and kind of do some things like this. Okay, after fading that darker value over, now with a clean brush, I'm just going to take titanium white. It's got just a teeny bit of that beige color in there again. And right here on this one, I want to make this more opaque and make it brighter. And so I'm going to start on the far right of it and then drag it over very lightly and just kind of dust it into that darker value like so. Okay, and also on the outside here, without taking over that dark value, just like that. Okay, so something like this, as you can see, the reflections, the shine, it just really ramps it up like that, okay? Lots of fun. I love seeing this thing come to life. All right, it starts off flat and then gets all bright and shiny and how all the values play together. Okay, so that's just a little bit of yellow and a little bit of raw umber, more yellow than raw umber. Okay, that's just to dull the yellow back a little bit. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of a yellow hue now. And again, this is just taking that shine to the next level and making it more vibrant and giving it more of a glass effect. So just like that, just bringing that in as well down here. And with that value, as you'll notice here, I'm going to leave the very top part of it with that white highlight there. Okay, to make a very distinct outside there of the glass that really pops off that black canvas. Okay, so now I'm going to go some raw umber and permanent black now mixed together. And right here, very little paint on the brush. And again, my number 2 flat brush, I just want to stir that up a little bit right here and just kind of show some natural shadow play here as it fades back. Okay, back to my nylon number 3 round brush here. I'm going to go now into that light beige color here, a little bit of titanium white to that, okay? Pulling through as I pull it, or turning it as I pull it. Okay, right here, I just want to strike the edge of the glass here. And just kind of bring out these reflections a little bit more. Okay, and right here, just throwing in some little dots and little curved lines, just following basically the curve of the glass. And again, that permanent black, I'll knock anything back if I don't like it. Okay, just kind of throwing that around. Now let's get a little bit more yellow into some of that white and some of that light beige color. Okay, just warming it up a bit, pulling it through as I turn it to a point, and let's apply some of that in here. So as you can see, I'm applying it a lot heavier and thicker there. That gives it a nice direct highlight there with that golden tone. Okay, and again with that, also right here, just going to kind of build on what's already here and show some kind of distortion reflections in a way like this. Alrighty, now I'm going to take some raw umber and permanent black mixed together. Okay, and again, my number 3 nylon round brush, pulling it through as I turn it, brings it to a nice sharp tip. And with this, I'm going to go in here and define some things and pretty much just knock back just some things here and there. Okay, back to titanium white after I clean my brush, and again with my number 3 nylon round brush and the tip, I'm just going to dance some of these little things in. Alrighty, with my palette knife now I'm going to take some phthalo blue, and to that let's get a little black to dull that just a little bit, and a good scoop of white. So I'm looking for a dulled down light kind of blue. Okay, something kind of like this, and I'll just pick it up, smash it down, make sure all the colors mixed. And now with my number 2 flat brush again, I'm going to take that now and let's strike in some things with this. And this blue is a reflective color that's really going to bring out this shine even more. Okay, without cleaning, I'm going to take some titanium white. I want to lighten this now, and I want to ramp up some of the kind of the highlights here without taking over all that blue. As you can see there, just striking that in. Okay, just kind of in the center. This really brings out its shine that much more. Alrighty, without cleaning again, let's go more phthalo blue this time. I want to get more saturation back into this color. Okay, because with this and just a little bit of paint on the brush, I want to go on the very outsides and kind of give this more darker, kind of outer glow tone to it. So again, that just ramps up the middle part of it where it's glowing out of it. Okay, so just kind of something like that, not taking over everything and just letting this value play along as well. Okay, with a clean brush now, just titanium white, and again my number 2 flat, I'm just going to add another layer right here, and this makes it brighter and more opaque. Okay, back to just permanent black, and again with this glass, you see how it's kind of pointing out? I wanted to make it more round, so again, anything goes. I'm just going to take and correct this. Okay, just curve it out just like that, and it's all good. Okay, with my script liner brush now, lots of water and titanium white, I'm going to pull that through to a point. And with this, I want to go in now, and I want to dance some more detailed stuff in. Okay, now I've loaded my script liner brush with permanent black, and I'm going to go in now and play back some of this. So as you can see, just gives it more shine and contrast against those bright highlights and makes it pop that much more when I put this in. Okay, and also right here in the stem, I'm just going to kind of knock back some things. After more highlights with the script liner, I'm going to go back to my number 3 nylon round brush, and this time I'm going to take now a little bit of violet, and let's dull that with some raw umber and now titanium white, and I also want to add in some phthalo blue just to cool that down a little bit more, give it more of a vibrance. Okay, a little bit more white to bring it up, pulling it through as I turn it. Okay, and right here I wanted to add this nice violet color just in a couple spots that kind of ramps it up just a little bit further. Alrighty, with my script liner brush, lots of water and titanium white, I'm going to go ahead and sign, and I want to thank you so much for following along. Let me hear your questions and comments down below. I'll do my best to answer anything, and let me know how this went. And as you can see, a very forgiving piece, lots of forgiveness, and anything goes with all that black to cover up those light values anytime. So totally go for it. This is a very simple, easy painting. It'll turn out and bring much satisfaction. And with that said, please don't forget to subscribe. This helps me to keep bringing you guys these painting lessons. And with that said, I want to wish you well and happy painting to you.